The culture currency show is for those who recognize that nuance is key. We don't pretend to have all the answers, but we tackle the issues that affect the majority when speaking of Black America. Our discussions are informed by the host's personal experiences and insights, and we're always open to evolving our perspective as we gain new understanding.
This is the story of two friends from the Bronx who decided to get real, be direct, and impact Black culture. Welcome to Culture Currency, where culture is the value.
Good morning.
Rising.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
I'm good. I can tell when you're working out.
Yeah.
The grip and everything is
It be
different.
different?
I be happy, yeah.
Yeah, I be happy.
I do like, yeah, she working out.
You not weak, my homie not weak.
Nah. But you know shit changed because I hear when my hands is feeling super soft and they look a little different, that's when I'm not working out. Because I shake my own hand, I'll be like, all right. I'll be like, let me see.
Not shake
right,
your
feel
own
good.
hand.
Like this, how the thickness, all right, bet, all right.
Yeah. You need your slapper.
Yeah, exactly.
Need to be strong. If I got a slap, need to feel that.
Yeah, it can't be like slapping.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm back to like being able to get a real workout in.
Yeah.
The injury,
Yep.
It's not completely gone, but
Yeah.
it's at a place where now we're working around it and able to do more stuff. So I'm excited about that.
Very good. I did 30 push-ups straight today. I ain't do that in a minute. I did that. I said, 30 straight. I bet. So I'm gonna get to 50 again.
It's bittersweet. I got to 10 pull-ups.
What?
I'm used to
That's
doing my. I'm
great.
used to doing my 20.
So
clips.
the injury ain't.
The pull-ups. I'm getting back. The chin-ups is
good.
going to take a little longer.
Oh, I can't do pull-ups.
Because the chin-ups, my arms, the way my arms, that's directly on the injury.
Okay. On my injury, doing pull-ups after 6, and I said I can't do it no more. I gotta do chin-ups. I can't do pull-ups.
My push-ups, the close ones, I'm better at right now
that's good.
than the wides.
Okay.
The wides is usually my shit.
Yup.
But that's where the injury
So you
is.
just do everything you could do. Period.
Yeah.
So you know.
But we back.
You know what I'm saying? We doing what we doing. Yeah.
Health is wealth.
That's right, baby.
But today's topic is choice.
Yes. Choices para tú. Choices for you.
Choices for you.
There we go.
That was the Spanish version if
You
y'all
heard?
don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Translating now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm Mahogany,
I'm Ish.
and this is Culture Currency.
With culture.
Is the value. I wanted to speak about choices because, as we said in the intro, it affects everything, right? Our lives are built by our choices, and because we're speaking of real life situations, real life ins and outs, and how we kind of navigate that, I wanted to really tackle it from the choice standpoint.
Love it.
A large part of living an adequate life is by way of your ability to choose.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I want to go dig deep into that.
Right. Beautiful. Choosing you is synonymous to authenticity.
Absolutely.
When you're able to choose you. And then when you know how to choose you, then everything around you start looking different.
And within that choice, there's other choices, right?
And that brings me to boundaries or not needing approval from the outside world and taking time to really think for yourself. What is it that I want? Where do I want to go? And not seeking validation or doing it or doing whatever you're doing for approval for other people.
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness. So yesterday, this is on a smaller level, but it's really important. So the transmission on my car is bad. So they wanted to charge me a lot of money for it, and I'm like, nah, I got to get something else. This doesn't make sense. So I took my aunt with me because she's a great negotiator, and she'll pound you. She don't care if she's aggravating, it don't matter. So I take her, right? Because sometimes I try to be too fair. The point is, she was like, Ish, stop asking everybody's opinion about the car that you want.
Yeah.
You calling Tree, you asking these people, you asking that person. Sit for a second, take all the information, take it home, think. and then you come up with your decision and why, because everybody got their own opinions. I said, well, I'm not asking their opinions to make the final decisions. I'm just taking in what they're saying. She was like, no, I want you to start just be more decisive and think for yourself. What do I want and why? And just take the time to do that.
Well, I mean, I agree to some degree, but Tree is your partner. This is who you're in alignment with. This is who's going to be in the car with you.
Yeah,
This
all
is
the
who-
time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
her opinion counts. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
say everybody's opinion counts.
Right. But
yeah,
that's
her
a good
opinion
point.
counts.
That's a good point. So the point was to be more decisive and make choices for you. So even though she probably did it for the said about the car, it's probably something that she noticed, and she was like, I just want you to get out of that. It's something I had to work through. I just want you to get out of that. You know what I mean? So it was good because what I did last night was, first I was annoyed by it because you never want to really hear nothing. I was like, I don't think that, right? But but last night when I got home and I was looking and making sure, I said, oh, I started coming to my own thing. I'm looking up more stuff. And then I came up with 3 choices of what I wanted to look at. And it felt good to take that time instead of just listening. But anyway, so yeah.
I agree. Decisiveness is very necessary, especially for who you are and your position in life. So that is absolutely something that should have been
right. Well, I want to say
addressed.
something. Right, but I want to say something because the reason why I was so against it is because in business, and with dreaming, I'm very decisive. Like, this is what we're doing, okay? But I do listen. I'm collaborative. So that's why it was hard for me to hear it. Or probably personally, it's a little different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So it was hard for me to hear that.
Even in regard to what your aunt said, it takes me to what I wrote next, which was choices directly connected to freedom. Huge for me because, as I always speak about freedom being a
Very
big deal
important to
for
you,
me.
yeah.
Right? And choices give you freedom. Your ability to choose.
Right.
And choose wisely, I should say.
Exactly.
Gives you freedom. It takes me back to 2020 when I watched as everyone was put in a position to make choices. And even some people close to me, I watched as they said, I don't have a choice. And I was having a lot of back and forths because I noticed that a lot of people equate being between a rock and a hard place,
Like
having
difficult
difficult choices, equate to
No choice at all.
no choice at all.
Yep.
And it's important that we identify
Yeah.
the fact that just because they're hard choices
Right.
doesn't mean you don't have a choice.
I love that because what I wrote down is about discomfort. And when we're uncomfortable, we're making the choice. Like you said, we feel like it's no choice at all. And I feel that's when you go wrong. But really, that's the time to sit and think about, damn, this is difficult. This might upset this person. This may change my life in this way. And that's when you really think about what is best for you and those that are you, like your children, your spouse, your whole. And it may not look good for other people. It may not look good on the other side, but it's the best decision for you. If you're not sure what to do, not even if you're not sure what to do, but if you feel uncomfortable and it's not feeling right in there, you got to make a decision. You got to hold on for a second. You know what I mean? Because the right decision, when you're settled in there, it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I don't think that you should be impulsive. I think that you should allow yourself to get the answers.
That's right.
And allow yourself to be settled in whatever answer and whatever move you make. So I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I stay still and I stay silent. And like you said, the concept of choice, feeling like no choice at all, puts you in a state of desperation.
Desperation.
Right?
Those are the worst
and so
choices.
you make bad choices
That's
under
right.
those conditions. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation,
I love
because as we're building our worlds, I speak about this often, we're building our worlds. We have a world outside that we're actually lending to, right? So we're here to make this in completion a better thing.
Right.
But in order to make this a better thing, our worlds, our units need to be a better thing.
Right.
For ourselves, then our households,
Right.
our families,
That's right.
our, you know what I mean? It all trickles into another thing.
So you just said operating out of desperation. And internal conflict, it shows up externally. You're going to see it. The same way alignment meets alignment. Like certain things have been happening well for us on the back end where we're meeting the right people and stuff like that. We just happen to be somewhere, happen to meet this person. We was like, yo, this is crazy how this day went. That's crazy. Because we are in alignment. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Now, and me trying to choose myself more, I mean, like even choosing myself over work. Running the same organization for 15 years and stuff. Now I'm giving myself more permission and be like, you got to make sure you're good. Make your doctor's appointments. Take your mother to her doctor's appointment. balance. You know what I mean? If you need some extra rest, you're gonna get extra rest. If you need to, like just being more intentional about taking care of me and having that choice and not feeling like, no, I gotta do it because this is this and this. Because sometimes I get caught up in taking care of other people that I'm like, sometimes I gotta stop myself like, yo, I'm not doing that. Like, no, I can't make it.
I'm a doer too. I like to take care of people. That's one of my gifts.
Right.
And I
do it
I
well.
love it.
Yeah.
So, but another choice that we make that's a constant is the people that we have around us, our close-knit people. And if you're not careful about the choices in that space,
Right.
then nobody is doing for you as well.
Right.
And
Right.
so you end up feeling spent. You end up feeling like this is too much because nobody is pouring back.
Right.
That's an important part of choices as well. Like when we think about choices, there's so many levels, right?
Right.
It's like, how are you operating throughout your day? What choices are you making? What people are you engaging with throughout your day? What places are you going throughout your day? Why are you going there?
How
right?
you spending your time?
How
How
are
you
you spending
going
your
there?
time?
Yes.
What is your purpose for doing these
Why
things?
you really
right?
doing it?
And
Right.
so when you started speaking about choosing yourself, like even over work, right? It made me think of people I speak to who feel like their choices between their relationship and their workspace, right?
I felt like
and
that,
your relationship is a part of you,
Right.
It's now a part. It's us becoming this unit,
Right.
right? So I often hear she's complaining about this, but I'm doing this for us. This is bringing the money to take care
Yeah,
of
but
the
a lot
house
of
and
guys
all
feel
of
like, no,
that.
you can't have it all. Yup.
And the thing is, there's so many more choices within that. When you think about it, you got to understand that one thing should not have the other thing suffering. How do I make choices that allow for this to be in good standing and this to be in good standing?
And just take the time to think about it so that you can be intentional about it. Not like, listen, you want me to get some money so we be good or not? Where you working so hard and you come home, you tired, no time for her. You know what I'm saying? So
So
then
is
it's like,
that even a relationship
Right,
at that point?
right.
You're saying to this person, you're choosing the work over the person. So am I really valuable in this space?
Right.
So, not to go into relationships.
But
we
that's
speak
so
about
hard,
that all
though.
the time.
I know, but that's so tough, though. That's so tough.
Nobody ever said anything
but
gonna
like
be
we
easy.
said, this is choice, right? This is about choice. It's about choice, though.
Yeah. So it's
yeah.
like it's a matter of being able to navigate that. Choice is also connected to leadership. Leaders have the difficult job of having to make hard choices
All the time.
and they're often between rocks and hard places.
Yes,
But
yep.
the choices need to be made.
Period.
Right. So when you start thinking about the entirety, right? You start thinking about yourself. Just moving through the world and interacting and engaging with other people. When you start thinking about your workspace and how you're engaging there, what
Right.
your positioning is there, what you have to do for others
Yep.
versus what your expectations are, different things like that. Choices are involved in all
everything.
of this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And it's
And
like,
you never don't have one. Wait, let's think. Is there a scenario when you don't have one?
I would say the only thing that I could think of that falls under the umbrella of no choice is when you're gonna die. You have a choice of how.
How about you have? Because sometimes you do, because sometimes we kill ourselves over drinking or smoking, ODs and stuff like that. But we don't always have a choice of how. It could be just
Sometimes we have a choice.
sometimes we have a choice, yes.
But that's the thing. Like, we're speaking of living.
Yeah.
Right? We're
Right.
speaking of life.
Living. Good point. Yeah,
We're speaking of life. So
Right.
when you start thinking of life, as long as you are living, you have choices that you have to make from small to large.
And your choices show up in how when you see all the choices you make, you see in your everyday life. Okay, I made these choices, and you gotta live in that. You make what you said. You make the bed. You gotta live in it. You gotta live in the bed that you made. You
That's
gotta
a
live
fact.
in that. You gotta live in that.
That's a fact.
And understand that. You put yourself here. Like, I hate my job. I hate this. I hate that. You chose this job, right? You took this job, right?
Remember, I don't know if you remember, my very first book was I Made My Bed.
No.
Now I have to lay in it. That was my very first. That was back when we were still in the cold.
And when you was you binded
Yup.
it and all, okay.
I live in my bed. I made my bed. I have to lay in it. That was the name of it.
Fire.
And the reason I named it that is because I came to the conclusion that my choices is what made the circumstances that I was in.
Your books got to go on our website, all of them.
You know what I mean? Well, that one's getting done completely
Yeah,
over,
I've already
but-
had that. I already know that.
Yeah. But I came to the conclusion my choices was my enemy at the time.
Yep.
I wasn't choosing wisely.
Right.
I wasn't as intentional in how my thought process was. And my thought process was a little skewed because I was in a different state of mind.
Right.
So once you realize that and you like, yo, I got me here.
Right.
The only person who can get you out of there is you.
Is you.
And your choices.
And I love that because when people make bad choices, they tend to point outward and don't want to take on that ownership. Like, damn, I got myself here. It's like this person didn't help me. Or you become entitled. You become all these other things instead of sitting with and be like, what can I do better next time?
That's what living
accountable. What's my next best move? That's what living accountable
life. You know what I mean? That's what living accountable looks like.
That's so smart.
In one of our shows, I made this statement. The moment I understood accountability, it changed my entire life.
Right. Yep.
Because the moment that you're able to stop pointing fingers and everything is inward, nobody else is a factor when you're in accountability.
Introspection. Right.
Do others have a hand in things?
Yes.
Absolutely, but that's not your business.
Right.
That's their business.
Right.
They have accountability
you do what you gotta do in the best you
have
can do.
accountability to take. That goes back to choices.
Yep.
Choose to check yourself.
Right.
Right. So that brings me to another part that I was thinking when I thought about this. One of the things that drives me nuts, and I speak about it all the time, is how some of the things that we need most to be better, to show up sufficiently in our lives, to be able to grow and be healthy, are demonized. And nowadays, words are being demonized. Words are being weaponized, right? One of those words being judgment. The reason I'm bringing up judgment is because judgment and choice go hand in hand, right?
I'm on hearing.
All judgment is an assessment, right? What most people get bothered by is the outcome of the assessment. Assessment just means paying attention to the identity of something, right? The decision that's made at the end is what people are upset about, right? But judgment is just an assessment. And in order to make a choice, you need to be able to assess. You need to be able to judge. Every day, all day, we make choices because of our judgments. Right?
And our priorities.
Should I go here? Why am I going there?
Right.
Should I connect with this person? Why am I connecting with this person?
Should I and why?
You know what I mean? Me being able to identify that someone acts in a way that wouldn't be sufficient for me to take them in this environment, I'm judging them.
And I'm like, I'm not judging because
it's a necessary judgment.
It's like, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that I'm not da-da-da, but it is
you
a
are.
judgment.
It is a judgment. And I needed to say that in this because we need to take the overshadowing off that word, because what you do when you demonize words that are necessary is you make it hard for people to do better.
Right. And not use the language. It's like, I'm making a call. You made a judgment.
You made a judgment, right? We judge all day in order for us to
assess our situations.
To move forward. You know what I mean? We just finished saying, be silent and still. In order to do that, you have to make a judgment call.
That's right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
that's cool. You said judgment call, because a call is judgment.
So it's like it's very necessary to understand what the process is. Right. Judgment doesn't mean that you're going to come to a negative conclusion.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Like you said, it's the conclusions that can be problematic.
That's what the issue be. That's what the issue be, because nobody says you judging me when you be like, oh, you pretty. They don't be like, you judging me. When you say, oh, you dress nice, you judging me. But if I say, I don't like those sneakers, now I'm judging you. If I say you ain't cute, now I'm judging you. So it's only judgment when it's negative. But all of it is a judgment. So if you could take the good, you got to be able to take the other side of that. So people have a problem with you coming to a negative conclusion about them. And so they demonize judgment, but the judgment is still there when you come to a positive conclusion about them. So it's just an assessment. And in order to make choices, you need to be able to judge.
That doesn't mean be an asshole about it, but you have to make judgments. You have to make judgment calls. You have to make decisions. Yeah. So another thing about choice is that, you know, choosing you is a necessity. Like it's very, 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 very important. And choosing you doesn't mean like you start isolating from people and all that kind of stuff. It just means, like you said, more discernment. That like the current relations may start looking different because you're using more discernment. You're taking your time to make decisions. And actually, I really like this whole topic about choice too, because one thing about choice, like for me, sometimes I make fast decisions and I'm moving fast. But me and thinking, having that conversation with my aunt yesterday and like, you know, using the small thing. Actually, a small thing. A car is not a small thing. I'm going to have it for years. I have to spend money on it every month. You know what I mean? So it's not a small decision, but making that kind of decision and taking my time. Like I just wanted to get it. I took off a couple days for work. I just wanted to get it. That's not the best move. Making wise choices, that's what's going to slow me down. That's what's going to get me to where I've been praying on to be. You know what I mean? My prayer last year was more, was it focus or something? I can't remember what it was because it happened, so I was happy about it. Now this one is slowing down, slowing down, but making wiser choices is going to force me to slow down. So that's what I was saying. I was so happy about this and feeling in alignment because it's something that I've been struggling with. And when we had to think about the choices and researching, watching videos, I'm like, oh shit, this is going to help that. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. You know. I mean, so excited about this topic.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
And when you said, you know, choosing yourself, right? Even that there's layers.
People
right?
think it's selfish.
No, not. It can be. It can be. It can be selfish, or it doesn't have to be, and that's where I was going with it. Is levels to it. So choosing yourself doesn't mean me over everybody.
Right.
You've made choices to bring people into your life. You've made choices to do life with specific people.
Right.
And once you do that, y'all, as a unit, are part of the choices going forward.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like that either. It's like, oh, I'm an individual.
Right.
And you're fighting the choice that you previously made, right? Because if I chose you, I said that we're doing this together, right?
Yep.
So sometimes, even when you choosing you, it's not just you that you have to consider.
Right.
You have to consider everything that's attached to you.
Right.
Everything that is going to be affected by your choices, right? So choice is not a small thing.
Yeah, choices ain't about being dismissive. It's not a fuck that thing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I gotta do me, fuck that. But you brought me here. Now you gotta do you, F that?
Yeah. Because like I remember being with someone in a relationship, and light bulb moment. She said, I got the right to change my mind. And I was like, you have the ability to change your mind, but do you really have the right to change your mind?
Yeah, why not?
Because we made a choice to do something together.
Made an agreement.
So you don't just have the right, like you can.
Yeah.
But it ain't right.
Right.
You don't have the right to break the agreement.
Right, and impact me like that.
Yeah. Now I'm over here sticking to what.
That's called a bad choice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of people, when you start speaking of choice and choosing self,
or selfish choice.
It comes from selfishness. It's like, oh, I'm choosing me now. I'm choosing me now. I hear that coming from so many people that all they do is choose them.
Right, exactly. Like
that,
now?
it drives me crazy.
Yeah,
like you, that's what you think you're doing?
Yeah.
Because I'm watching you, not give a.
And you know
about
another way of
nobody.
saying that is, yeah, I'm impacting you now. I'm impacting you now. Let's say what it really is.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? I'm breaking this agreement now. I'm breaking this agreement now.
I'm throwing y'all all to the wolves.
Right.
Because it's about me in this moment.
Right.
That's wild to me.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to be clear, like, choosing you is absolutely necessary.
Right.
You do come first.
Right.
But understand that if you have already brought people into your world, and I'm not talking about acquaintances and all that, I'm talking about very close-knit, you got a romantic relationship that is going somewhere.
Right.
You're planning lives together.
Right.
You have friendships that is like, yo, these people gonna be with me forever. How things affect them matter as well.
Yeah.
So when you're choosing you, if you are not taking them into account, you're being selfish.
Yeah,
that's the difference between being selfish and choosing you.
Because you can't look at self-preservation as an excuse to not have morals, not have ethics, not stick to agreements. You can't use that as an excuse for that. You can't hide behind that.
And if you're thinking of it from a self-preservation space, then that means you got other choices to make.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't need to preserve yourself away from the people who you chose to be your village.
Yeah, unless it's just not a good village.
That's my point.
Yeah, right.
That's the other choices to make.
Yeah, it's like, is this
really my village?
Right.
Is this really where we going?
Right, maybe it was my village and I'm realizing that it's not, and we got to talk about this.
Maybe I've grown to understand what real connectivity is, and this is not it.
Right, and who I am, and this is not it. Yeah.
And so there's more choices to be made in that space.
But at the end of the day, we always got a choice. We always got a choice.
Yep, and choose wisely.
Yeah, choose wisely. Choose wisely.
I'm Mahogany.
I'm Ish.
And this is Culture Currency.
But culture
is the value.
Make sure to like, subscribe,
share, and comment.
Peace.